Hello and welcome to week 8. I'm so excited that we've made it to the final week. I hope everyone has enjoyed studying the various mediums that we have gone through in the course. And this week is accumulation assignment in which you get to showcase what you have learned throughout the course. For the final week, the only things that you'll be working on is the final project, and also you have a discussion board that you'll be working on. So you don't have reading and you don't have a quiz. You only have these two assignments, and I'm going to talk a little bit about them. Note that for your final discussion post, the initial post is due by Friday and the responses are due by Sunday. Don't forget to give substantial and thoughtful feedback to your classmates and interact in the discussion so you don't lose points on that end. You're going to want to make a 2 to 3 paragraph reflection on your experience in the course. You might reflect on some of your favorite mediums that you learned about, artists you encountered, perhaps how the subject matter of art relates to your faith and how that either strengthened or shook it up, how you can see arts in the society more clearly or understand something further about that. So you really want to think for a minute about your experience and what part of the educational journey was very enriching for you, and how you can take that as you leave this course and maybe apply it, whether it be to visiting museums or within your own work if you're going to be using arts in some way, shape, or form, or within your faith, within the church, etc. So it's very open. Really, you just want to reflect upon the course and be specific about your experience. Also, you want to interact with classmates, and that will give you a chance to see what you guys learned collectively. Now, the final project is a presentation project. You're going to want to pay careful attention to the instructions. Okay, so now that you can see the screen, I want to go through this assignment for you. You're basically going to be presenting some of the topics that you learned throughout the course. So you want to pull from what you have learned throughout the course using vocabulary, perhaps artists, the terminologies, the mediums, when you discuss the mediums, etc., and be pulling on the knowledge that you learned from the course and present it to an audience that perhaps has no background in the subject matter. So you imagine first what audience you are presenting this to. It may be a kindergarten group, it may be a middle school classroom, maybe a high school classroom, maybe your college peers, it may be a church group that you're explaining the arts to. But regardless of the audience, you want to choose age appropriate and setting appropriate information and then present it going through each of the 7 art mediums that we discussed in the class. You may present some technical terms, you may present an artist or two, you may present the development of that medium or how it's used in society currently, or how it is in the art world. There are a lot of different ways that you can create a great slideshow. It can be as simple as presenting it to a kindergarten classroom, but still reflecting upon the terminology that you learned, or it can be as in-depth as you prefer. You're going to want to make it substantial. Make sure you're reflecting on what you learned in the class. You can make a PowerPoint slideshow in which you present it, or you can also do a video recording. I encourage you to make a PowerPoint and then a screencast-o-matic to show what you're discussing. Otherwise, simply a PowerPoint, and if you want to add voice onto there in your PowerPoint, that would be great as well. You must include at least one visual reference to accompany each subject, although I recommend that you include more. You could cut images from magazines. You can also just take a screenshot because most of you are going to be doing this digitally. You also want to make sure, and this is really important, that you provide one assignment for each of the subjects covered. You need to make sure that you have an age-appropriate assignment for the students to continue on their education, take their education into their own hands with the assignment aspect, and make sure it's something they can do on their own. And then also just keep in mind it should be well organized, concise, and visually appealing according to which audience you're presenting it to. I look forward to seeing how you do this, which direction you take it in. I love seeing what you were inspired by throughout the class. I hope everyone has enjoyed learning about the arts and going through the textbook and engaging with the videos and with classmates. I certainly have enjoyed reading your papers and just going through all of your thoughts as you've reflected upon the various mediums, the various art types, and also reflected upon how it interacts with our life on a daily basis. Please let me know if you have any questions about this assignment or the work for the week. Thank you.